Today we are here to celebrate God's faithfulness to Faith and Fire Ministries over the past 23 years. It is not only an anniversary, it is a time for us to reflect on what God has done for us as individuals and as a ministry. Many have come through our doors seeking hope, healing, and restoration. What follows are stories of transformation, breakthrough, and blessing. Greetings, I'm Julia Nyati. Please sit back as we listen to these powerful testimonies that these individuals have.
I'm Mrs. Asandi. I came in Faith and Fire Ministry 2014. 2012, I got pregnant. And then when I found out the baby, it was a stillborn, they said there's no heartbeat. After that, we kept on trying. 2013, I've got pregnant again. When I found out it was a miscarriage. 2014, I got pregnant again. When I found out, they said it's an ectopic pregnant. Ectopic pregnant is when the child is not inside the uterus, is inside the tube, the fallopian tubes. So they have to remove that fetus to take it out, because they said it's gonna be a problem because the child can't grow inside the fallopian tube. They cut the tube, they remove the fetus. After that, I think they found out they cut the wrong tube. The tube that doesn't have a fetus, they left it like that, and then they went to the fetus that they went to the tube that have fetus. They cut it again, and then they operated me. They didn't tell me anything, and me that I didn't know anything what happened to me. I came to Faith in Fire Ministry, I think it was end of 2014. Someone who invited me here is Mrs. Shabangu, Sister Boshe, the one who invited me here. And then 2015 is when I came to see Apostle. And then I told him my problem was going on. The problem that each and every time when I got pregnant, I have miscarriages. I had got miscarriages. And then Apostle, he prayed for me. He said, my sister, now you won't have any miscarriages from now. You will carry your children until 9 months. You will have not one kids, many kids as much as one, many as much as one. And then 2017, the same year, October, is when I found out that I'm pregnant, my firstborn. I was so happy. I don't want to lie, I cried because I didn't believe. I said maybe if both of my tubes are damaged like this, because if you don't have tubes, both of them, to have a kids, I don't think it's not possible. It's not possible. Because you carry a kids through uterus and fallopian tubes. If you don't have fallopian tubes, it's not possible to have kids. So I have mixed emotions. Yes, I went to do scans many times to make sure indeed I am pregnant. Before even the child is moving inside my womb, I went to check if I'm pregnant. Indeed, is it a pregnancy? So I went there to check several times. Until I found until my baby moving inside my womb. The first time he was moving, I don't know what to say. Yes, I was so happy. I was so happy. I don't know what to say. I was so happy for the first time. I was 7 weeks when I came here to see Apostle. I was telling my sister, I tell him the good news. I came to tell him the good news. They said, okay. You went to the doctors to check the baby. They said, I went it. Say, how do you feel? She asked me. I said, I'm so happy for the first time. I feel something moving inside my baby. As I know now, because now, before I was not a Christian, I was not praying, because I didn't have faith in anything. But after that, I have faith that this child, I'm going to carry this child until 9 months. No more miscarriages. No more miscarriages. I gave birth to my child 2018, June. It was my firstborn. Yes. Mm.
My name is Mrs. Shabangu. I came to Faith and Fire Ministries in 2011 when I was invited by Sister Karen. I've been married with my husband. We've been together this is the 16th year we've been together with my husband. And then 2014, Apostle blessed us here in church. We got married and we were blessed here in church. Then along the way, I realized that I'm not conceiving. After I realized that conceiving is a challenge to me, the first step I did was to go to the doctors and find out what really is happening with my system. Is there anything wrong inside that needs to be fixed and everything? So when I underwent the test and everything, when the doctors did the test, they told me all your reproductive system is working, everything is okay, my ovaries are okay. When the doctors told me there is nothing wrong with you, everything is okay. And when my husband went to check, they told him, no, all of you are fine, there's nothing wrong with you. Then that's when I started realizing there's something wrong. So after I underwent the deliverance and everything, because I've been delivered many times, I went to deliverance for me not conceiving. So I went to see the man of God, called me and my husband to his office. He told me, I want to see you. When I came to the office, the man of God told me something. He even told my husband, help her to lose weight. I did not understand why he said I should go and lose weight. But because he has said it, I had to do it. It was an instruction. I followed the instruction. I started losing weight. It was not easy, but I lost a lot of weight, about 46 kgs that I lost that time. When I... Okay, let's look at this way. This way. Okay, when I found out when I was pregnant with Divine, I remember I was in the bathroom that day. I was still holding the pregnancy test. At some point, I cried that day. Yeah, I remember I cried. I was happy and I was crying. I said, God, you finally remembered me. When my husband came from work, that's when I had to tell him, I have conceived, I am pregnant. He was so happy. I've never seen him that happy. I was pregnant with Divine and there were challenges during the pregnancy for Divine. A lot of challenges. I remember I had to give birth to Divine at 28 weeks. I gave birth for Divine for 29 weeks. 29 weeks and some days, going to 30 weeks. The doctors were telling me, no, you cannot carry the child full term because the Divine stopped breathing in the stomach. He literally, he's gone, he was dead. He stopped breathing. So they had to do an emergency C-section. And okay, I thought, okay, it's gonna pass, but the challenges were still there. Divine had to stay in, I have to be discharged from the hospital. He had to stay in the hospital for about 6 weeks, almost 6 weeks. He was in the ICU. I even called the man of God. I told him what the doctor said. The man of God said, Mrs. Shabangu, don't be afraid. That's what he told me. God is going to do it for you. The child is going to come out from the hospital victorious. After a week, my baby came home. Then that's when Divine was discharged. Along the way again, God remembered me. When Divine was 3 years old, I conceived holiness. When I conceived holiness, I had challenges, my health. The doctors had said I could not carry again full term. But because God is God, He stood up for me. He went through with me to the point when I was in the operation room for holiness. I passed out. I literally, I died, gone. I was gone. I don't even know how they did it, how everything went. The only thing is when I woke up, I just saw the doctors, all of them around me. All of them, they were surrounding me. They were just waiting for me to wake up. I've come to a point where I'll say, there is nothing that God cannot do. There is nothing that God cannot do. If you trust Him, you believe God, you hold on unto His word. At a certain time, at the appointed time, God will remember you. You know, God has done me well, God. You don't understand. Becoming a mom of 2. This is God.
Serious?
Yeah. Come. Come. Oh, I got fun. Come. Come. Come this way. Come this way. Where's baby Holly? I must hold you also. Okay. Divine. How can I hold you? Come. Imagine. Go. Sit nicely. You see I can hold you.
My name is Talent Nkomazana, and this is my wife, Chavisi Nkomazana. We both came to Faith and Fire Ministries in 2013. We had just got married. When we went to our house together for the first time with my wife, I could not sleep from the very first day. I would have visions, very horrible visions. Sometimes I would see myself with fighting other people, with cutting each other the head, and I just see a headless person, the blood all over. And I would just sit the whole night until in the morning, and then I sleep around 5 in the morning. It brought me to a point that I was even scared of myself and scared of my wife to say, how come I got married, but this is happening? So that's where I've understood when I've came to Faith and Fire that deliverance before marriage is very, 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 very important. Because on the very first day that the man of God prayed for us, that's the very first time that I had a proper sleep since we got married. Soon after the deliverance process started and I could sleep, then after a year we could not have children.
We got married in 2013 in August. So we started going to Faith and Fire Ministry. It was in September. Yeah, almost for the whole year, we couldn't even conceive. Then in 2014, that's when I became pregnant, but I could not carry that pregnancy because the pregnancy lasted for only 3 months. Then we had a miscarriage. After that, we tried, but to no avail. Around early December, the man of God prophesied that we will have a son. God is going to bless us with a son, and it's going to be a blessing. He described what he will be wearing. When we gave birth, one of the presents that man of God described, someone who was not there at church or anything, he brought the exact things that man of God described, that's when we realized that for truly the word of God has come to pass and he is a blessing.
Since we came to Faith and Fire, aside the deliverance and the children, there are many other great things that we have seen in our lives. But one thing for sure I'll emphasize to everyone is that when his servants speak, make sure you take it by faith. And the words of this servant do not fall on the ground. For instance, when we came to Faith and Fire, most of you might know, but some, for those who don't know, when we came, we didn't have a car. We didn't have a property of our own. From there, God blessed us with cars. We have, I don't know how many, I cannot even count. But I remember our first car also that we got. It was a Opel Astra, a white one. Through the word that we have understood at Faith and Fire, the word of giving, we decided one day with my wife, after praying and it coming to our hearts, we gave it to the church as a sacrifice. We have went on actually with my wife to receive even the properties. I remember the first one, it was a cash buy through the grace of God. The second one, also it was supposed to be paid in 5 years, but I remember specifically when the servant of God came to pray for the property, to bless it, he told me that, "Sir, my prayer is that in less than 5 years this thing must be finished." And how and where only God knows it was done. And the man of God went on to speak a word of another property. And according to the word of his servant, it came to pass again. But it takes sacrifice for all this to come to pass. Because I remember when we came, since I told you we didn't have a car, we used to take a taxi twice from Jimiston to town and from town to church. I remember there were times also, sometimes after the second service, we'll go to the mall, maybe sometimes eat there and spend time just walking around, waiting for the evening service to begin. What the word of God says, it is more blessed to give than to receive. We have seen it in our lives, that it empowers and it transforms life.
My name is Mangala. This is my wife, Mangala. We've been married for 27 years now. We got married in 1998. We came to Faith and Fire Ministries. That was end of 2013. It was, I can say, a divine arrangement. I think she got a number from Pastor Alex for the apostle. She phoned the apostle. The apostle says, okay, no, it's fine. You can come and see me even after work. She was no more at 5.
What surprised me is that he agreed to wait for me until I knocked off from work. When I got in there, we spoke. I told him the reason why I'm here, I went to see him, was because of the fruit of the womb. I told him we've been married for many years. I told him all the things that we have gone through, that we have tried. So he prayed for me. He just said, okay. He prayed for me. It was my first time to be delivered. I normally saw deliverances on TVs. And if you see such kind of things, sometimes you think people are acting or something.
He started going seeing specialists, doctors. I think she went to them for 3 or 4 times. Then at one time we're together there by the specialist rooms, and then this sister says, "Come tomorrow, we are chopping you." Then that's when I got so angry and said, "No, let's stop this thing. We'll end up dying." We never went for that one. There is nowhere where we didn't go. We went to Sangomas, we went to prophets, we tried some churches, of course, under the recommendations of some people. We tried almost everything, surrogates, we tried in vitro, and we were told that now we are too old for that. We tried everything that we can think of.
The first prophet that he said to me that we are going to conceive two, of which that prophecy came to pass. My first conception were two. They were twins. Unfortunately, we lost them. When I went back to the doctor that I was consulting, when they put me in the machine, they found out that there was a problem in my home when they made mistakes during that time. So I had to go back again for the second time to be cleaned. So during that time, when I went for the second time to be cleaned, the second doctor again did not do a good job until one day during service, it was an evening service, when the man of God was teaching, he just said there's someone who needs a spiritual operation. And that someone was me. And then the other one. And then soon after that, I conceived. After 18 years of marriage without having a child. And then after the struggles of having a child, the miscarriages and the pregnancy was not easy too. And finally the child comes. I couldn't believe it. I was filled with different emotions. Fear, happy, like it was like a dream. Okay, this is the child that we have been waiting for more than 18 years. Finally, she is here. Even now, like, I feel like, yeah. Do you know those emotions are coming back? You wouldn't like believe. Finally, I've got my own. We've got our own child now. Is it really us having this child? Yeah, it's like yesterday, like, I'm sorry, it's like the emotions are coming back. You know, I couldn't even believe.
Okay, that one is Mbusisi Christian Gala. This one is No Call of Hope, Lizwi Gala. As we sit here today, this is an exhibit. If you look at our ages, look at my face, look at the face, maybe people get worried wherever we go, or shopping malls and so forth and so on. They look at our ages, they look at our children, they wonder, you guys, are you serious? Are you normal? How come you look so old, but the children are so young? So those who find it hard to believe, at least they are seeing an exhibit. These are our children that we got after 8 years of marriage.